Come on in the room. 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 Make yourselves comfortable. Walk on in. Just fix me a little drink. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey there. What's going on? Mm, welcome. It's good to be back, ain't it, Saints? Is it good to be back in the number one more time? If it is, can I get an amen? Can y'all hear me okay? If y'all can hear me, can I get an amen, Saints? I said, can I get an amen if it's good to be back in the house one more again, okay? Y'all pardon me. Y'all, I've been ripping and running all day long, but I'm here though, okay? I'm here and looking fabulous as ever. I'm gonna sit here and give y'all about 5 more minutes. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. Woo! Won't he do it? Won't he do it one time? Will he won't he will? Hey, Sandy Moon, what's going on, love? How's everyone doing tonight? I am finally here. About time. It's done took me long enough. Okay, it's done took me long enough. I've been going through it, but it's done took me long enough. Finally, I'm here. I'm here. And we're gonna have a little fun tonight. Trying to get my little iPad plugged up so I can see y'all comments. How's everyone's day been? Has it been good? Has it been good? Does everybody have a little drink? You drink a little drinky drink? Mm. Cause I mean, especially after a day like today, especially after today like today, baby. Let me tell you, the enemy tried to sit here and Still kill and destroy. But I said, not on my watch. It ain't going down. Not on my watch. It's not going down. Okay? So look, I ain't gonna be before y'all long. Let me scoot on up. Yes, Sandy, I know, girl. Look, listen, it's been a long time coming. Look, I had to sit here and rest and get home and take a quick shower, okay, and wash all in between my thighs and in my butt and all that good stuff. But nonetheless, I made it on time, and that's all that matters. So look, welcome to a new edition, episode 2 of Is the Microphone On? Do it talk out loud? Well, if it talk out loud, say hell yeah. It's a new edition of my new show, Is the Microphone On? Do it talk out loud, episode 2. And tonight's topic is your husband gay? Okay, now look, before y'all start with me, I know what you're sitting here thinking, okay? I know what you're sitting here thinking. You're probably sitting here thinking, okay, what he's about to sit here and go into now. Whose tea he about to spill now? But look, it ain't gonna be nothing like that, I promise. Look, all I'm saying is sometimes we gotta realize the signs that's before us to let us know that our husband, okay, may not just like only tuna, okay? Sometimes he may sit here and prefer a little grade A, okay, FDA beef, okay? Sometimes he may sit here and prefer a little, candy yams. And I'm not talking about the yams on the back of women. I'm talking about the yams on that queen down there, okay? At the little club, the little puppy pound mix, okay? We talking about those kind of yams, okay? Sometimes you gotta sit here and wonder to yourself, is your husband gay? Okay? Things that make you go, and make you wonder, is your husband gay? Okay, I see you got your Crown Royal. Come on, Crown Royal. Come on, cheers to the Crown Royal one time. I see you. Look, I can't handle that. If I handle that Crown Royal, baby, best believe I am going to be on my ass. You hear me? Period. I'm going to be on my ass, and that's on that. Okay? I'm just saying. So, look. Nonetheless, it's been a long week. These lights are hot, so I ain't gonna be before y'all too long. But how many of you out here that's watching? I just want to know, just by a show of hands, well, in this case, virtual hands, how many of you all have been in a situation to where you have found out that the person you was dating like men? Hold that thought. Okay. If anybody know anybody that may have seen him being in a situation that they sit here and know somebody that like men as well. Hey, what's going on, sis?
Hey,
Look, girl, I almost didn't make it. Girl, I had no busted a whole bottle of Burberry cologne all in the bathroom floor right before I was getting ready to get on glass all on my feet, everything. I was like, Lord, what am I gonna do?
well, you got them super toes. You know you'll be all right.
So look, tonight's topic is your husband gay? That's the question that I'm trying to figure out how to tell if your husband is gay. Things, signs, and wonders that make you go, that your husband might sit here and be doing a little willy nilly all down to the hole in the wall.
Why? I'm not.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you not understanding, see?
I'm not understanding. In 2021, why is it such a relevant conversation?
Well, I feel like that, first of all, it's a relevant conversation because of the fact that you do still have a lot of men out here who They don't want to come out the closet. Okay, they want their cake and to eat somebody else's too, if you know what I
But
mean.
I
And I
understand
think they
that,
do.
but I don't feel like that we are necessarily the ones that should take in um put that person's tea out there, because we wouldn't want nobody to take and put our tea out there on the simple fact of our tea is supposed to be our tea.
Right.
And I mean, me being of the trans experience, that's not something that I want to openly share with anyone. Hey, I'm a T girl, this, that, and the third, because the first thing that you are took and met with is ridicule and foolishness. Let's
Mm,
be clear, like when you out somebody, or you help a sister girl and say, hey, yeah, your boys, on the other side of the fence, or whatever the case may be, or dibbles and dabbles and plays on the outside of or the other side of the fence, then that becomes an issue.
okay. So you
So
feel like
I'm
that it's
looking at it from
not
that
somebody's.
aspect. It can be a safety situation. But because as soon as they find out who done took and said it and done it, just like the old boy and them did, they don't want it was out so bad they was willing, they killed the girl.
Yeah, that's true. That is very much true. So you feel like that it's not for one, even if they do know somebody who
If I
doesn't.
know, it's not for me to tell you. It's just like if I was your HMO or your healthcare provider, it's not for me to take in to speak your piece on your behalf, because that's something that you should feel comfortable enough to say. And
Mm,
I don't care if they married or not. I mean, maybe it's wrong for me looking at it like this. I don't care if it's married or not, but I'm not going to be calling, hey Shirley, this is Barbara, because first thing they're gonna do, oh, so you tried my man, this, that, and the third, and they ain't gonna take it out on them. They're gonna take it out on you.
they're gonna look at it as, oh, you must have had something to do with it
Yes,
because you
you
the
done
one
had
that sit here
something
and
with
brought
it,
it
and you
up.
supposed to be cool with me, and how you gonna take and do me like this, and yada yada squad, and yada yada, and I'm from the cuss a hoe out first, and then ask questions second tribe. That's where I'm from.
So let me ask you this then. Well, then, how do you feel in regards to? Do you feel like the rate of STDs and HIV and things of that nature is a rampant because you do have men out here that is
You have
dipping
the
and
down low,
dabbling?
but it also comes from the HIV and AIDS cases for people that has not done their research is riding
Mhm,
in the hetero community the worst, not the
mhm,
gay. Because the gays are at least trying to take care of themselves by taking prep, this, that, and the third. Most women are not taking anything like that to take them and secure themselves, because they feel like the dude is, if they with me, then they should be all right.
right.
And I hate to say it like that, but that's how a lot of them feel.
Okay. Okay. Well, I personally, and I've been vocal about it when it comes to me and how I feel about men who date, double date and stuff, and as far as whether they should be outed or not. I am like you when it comes to it ain't for me to tell. Like I have been approached by guys who are married with wives. Um, and as a result, like it has been
But how
very
did you handle the situation?
so to be honest, I kind of had to because the person who husband it was, I knew the wife well, okay?
But did you play
And
around?
no, I did not play around. And the reason why I didn't play around is because two things. For one, I knew that I had to sit here and still share spaces with these people. And
Hmm.
then for two, because of the fact that it was somebody that I knew personally, it just really felt really just like, I don't know, like wrong in so much of
But
a
if you
sense.
didn't know him, would you have done it?
So I have did that as far as knowing, look who's walking in. As far as knowing the person, I have messed around with somebody who has been married. Um, and hey Bambi, and or hey Jason,
Hey, I was trying my Bluetooth on. How y'all
but
doing?
What's up,
I'm
Bam?
good. And
Hey,
what I was gonna say to is that I felt bad about the situation because of the fact that after I had did it, I realized
You felt bad
that
after.
yeah, I felt bad after. Now and during the time, the person when I tell you this person was just like I was caught up in the list. They was fine and just all built, worked out in the gym, But what made me feel bad is that I discovered that the person had kids, and the reason why I knew the person had kids was because of the fact that there was a car seat in the truck. So that's a dead giveaway. Period.
you didn't.
Yes, there was a
That
car
could have
seat.
been a sister or cousins.
No, this was definitely that man's wife's. That was the family vehicle, no doubt. I know that for a fact. That was definitely the family vehicle, no doubt.
But you wasn't feeling about the family vehicle when you was getting long dick.
I was not. I was
So you was
not at
trying to be
all.
somebody's stepmama?
But what happened is that I felt I've never done that anymore since then because of the fact that I didn't want to be that person because I kept thinking how would I feel if I was the wife and man is out here doing these things and then he coming back home to you like I just had to think of it that way. And I just, ever since then, I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not pitching it anymore. I'm leaving it alone because, I don't want to block my blessings. I don't want to get struck down. You know, I just had to like leave that alone. But I did feel bad. But it also made me realize that there's so many people on the radar who is living double lives and they're content with it. Like they're content with it. Like they can easily go to sleep at night and not feel any remorse about anything that they're doing. They don't feel any kind of guilt as far as, from hopping in from one person. They don't feel no kind of guilt. They don't feel nothing at all. Like
Because
they're
it's different. It's different whenever it's a male versus it's different when you a top versus you being the bottom. Bottoms will attach your feelings and emotions to it. Tops don't do it. It's a nut for them. It's a booty hole.
Not all
that's
of
the
them.
beauty.
Most
Sorry,
of them.
sorry,
Not
sis.
the
I hit the
bottom.
wrong button.
Oh, that's
Not
all
all
right,
bottom.
honey. I figured it was some noise because I'm driving.
Okay, okay.
Hey, say bottom.
Hey, boo.
Hey girl.
Hold on. So you said that tops are different. You mean you said
Most of the
bottoms are
time,
different?
hmm most of the time, bottoms are more emotional because you're the one that's getting penetrated.
True. Now I will say that I did not go all the way with this person. Like the only thing that happened is that we, had a little session together, and that's it. We had a little, we had a little session together, and that's it. There was nothing else.
Wait a minute. So that's where you been. You been out in these streets hoeing friends. Is
Mm-hmm.
that why we ain't seen you? You was gathering your
Like that.
hoes.
That's why he got
Spraying
on that see-through
the
blouse.
wow.
Shut
That's
up.
why he got on that see-through blouse.
Shut up, Jason. Look, here he go.
What you say
He
that
say
see through black? Oh, you also it is kind of. Oh, you do got on your lace tonight. Yes.
Mm. That
He got on
nasty
his
grind.
he got on that lingerie.
Your lingerette. Yes, God.
uh, but I
Jasmine,
So
what
will,
you
were you shooting dice then, or what were you doing?
huh? Oh, so I don't even know. So we was on the we was in the third row seat.
eating?
We was in the third row seat.
Not all the way in the back of that shit.
We was in the
So
third row
you
Wait a
seat.
minute.
clearly,
When this
so you
happened?
clearly
When it?
seen the baby seat.
Whoa! A baby seat. Wait a minute.
That was your warning sign then to start cut that shit out, but you did what? Kept on going.
Look, I have come a long ways. I have
We're
come a
gonna do
long
what we
ways.
doing. Ask
First
questions
and third
later.
row seat.
I had a weak moment. I have come a long ways. I've come a
You
long
had a weak
ways.
moment. 2
Yes,
weeks
I
ago was not a
did.
weak moment.
No, it was definitely not 2 weeks ago. It was more like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a park, in an unknown disclosed park.
Mm-hmm.
So
Piedmont Park is not undisclosed.
it
Right.
was it was not in Piedmont Park. It was not in Piedmont Park, but it was definitely a park.
Mm.
But I felt, but at the time,
Somebody
I'm not
search
gonna
his zip
lie.
code.
At the time, I will
It felt
say
good
though.
though at the time, didn't it?
Look at Lee. Look at Lee. At the time, I will say that because it was just so enticing looking at this.
Yes. Go on and put the old scrum diddly umptious.
I wasn't thinking about it. All I was thinking about, okay, you
You
need to
was
act
thinking
cool,
about that meat.
act calm, act cool. Don't act like a queen. Act like a trade. Try to act straight.
Oh, that was
Because
hard.
you don't want to get your ass killed and stuff. Messing around.
So
with
you
these
had to act
people.
like Trent.
Yes, I couldn't wear the blouse.
Oh, okay.
I had to put on a hoodie.
Oh, you had on some Timbs.
I had on some tennis shoes.
Now you know he still had on his Gucci and Prada. Quit playing.
I don't know. This sounds like it was a night to remember, and it was like a night to do as T.S. Madison would say, practice the dark art. So
that's the thing. Oh, look, see, I knew Lee was finna look.
And you know he did.
I did not.
Well, that's where the children go.
I didn't know such thing. I didn't know such thing. I didn't know this thing.
Whether it's in a napkin or in the seat.
As a matter of fact,
Jasmine, what are you eating?
Come to think of it.
Some what?
TGI Fridays.
I think it was a napkin. God, I hope
You sure it wasn't a face?
Yeah, you were
Or the
trying to give
chest?
old nasty trade.
No, it was not.
Trying to
a
do it
face.
use a napkin, child. We don't use napkins. We use baby wipes.
But it was in the broad daylight though. That's the day.
No, child, you gotta get some fast food napkins out the glove box.
But it was in the broad.
see, that's
But
what I was thinking.
he was in the third row seat, so it probably was the baby bag back then.
You know what?
Y'all are not helping this situation.
And use baby wipes to take and clean it up and make it feel all nice and freshly clean.
But so it was in broad daylight. That's what really made me scared because I kept thinking like, okay, one or two things can go wrong.
Yeah, that would have turned me on.
No, because what if somebody you got somebody parked next to you and
they know what's
Well,
going
you
on.
was clearly already at a park, so girl, they was probably doing the same thing you was doing.
This is why you need a Tesla, and you get that Tesla overnight kit because it comes with padding, covers for the back seats, foam to make it soft.
Yeah.
It comes with a little curtains you put around the windows, and it's a whole kit. It's a real thing by Tesla. This is why my next vehicle gonna be a Tesla, so I can do all the things whenever.
I know you didn't have that dealership background up there the other day for nothing, child. You ain't fooling nobody.
but see the crazy part is that afterwards, he was definitely giving the vibe, okay, like get the fuck out of my truck, you done, we done did what we did, and everything.
Get out.
He didn't say that, but you could definitely get the vibe. That's what it was,
He was starting to snatching and pulling up pants and stuff.
He had to go back home to the wife and pick the kids up.
Okay, so that's what I don't
He
like.
was already getting charged. He was already getting charged that late fee for the daycare.
What you said, Savon?
I'm all for a good hookup between grown adults. We do our thing, but bitch, after it's over, bitch, don't be making me feel like the goddamn garbage, and you trying to scurry along and hurry up and move. I don't want to be a part of your goddamn guilt, shame, whatever the fuck it is you feel, and you keep that same energy and treat me with the same respect. Well, I'll cut your punk ass out. That makes me want to reach out to the mama and the auntie and the kids because I don't like that shit. We both grown. We knew what was happening. Don't try to rush me out now. I don't like that.
I kind of tend to do that as well. Like when it's done and over with, okay, bye. Like I'll give you a towel or something, but
I mean, I'm not saying I want to sit and chit chat and talk about.
No,
I
but
ain't
the
trying to
girls be
just
trying
sit
to
there and
do
have a
that.
conversation and shit. Well, girl, I don't like that though.
The
I
girls be
mean, if
trying
that's
to
the way it
do
is, let it be known. Okay, well, as long as you let
that.
it be known, look, when we done, we
Unless
done. You go on about your business.
there's a mutual connection outside of that, girl, I'm not about to sit here and what we talking for? Everything you needed to know happened before you got to.
Look, all I can say is that it did make me realize though that this is not. I'm
When you
not
walked
built
in
for
with your
this.
wedding ring, girl, it was a wrap.
Well, did he have it on display or was it hidden?
Did he or to me?
We know
You know
you're not
you ain't no
married.
damn married. Right.
So he didn't
Keep up
have.
with
So
the story.
he didn't have it on. What he had on. I'm gonna tell you what he had on. He had on some jogging pants, a shirt, regular t-shirt, and some tennis shoes. And he was bald headed, fair complexion, and just like a
Baby, we ain't
regular.
trying to figure out who the man is.
But I'm just saying that he didn't. You would put it like this: you would not think just by being around, walking in broad daylight, that this person would be, you know, into this and things because of the
Okay, he was
fact,
trade. We got hood.
right? But then it made me realize though that I'm just not. I'm not built for that because of the fact that I keep thinking about, okay, that person is going back home, and then do you like walk in and like say hey to your wife and kiss them in the mouth, or like do you just like go take a shower on, like what do you do
Probably.
after that?
Did he
Probably
Like
kiss you in the
all
mouth?
of the above.
no,
Did he kiss?
no,
He
I
didn't
can't,
kiss you?
no,
Well, girl,
no,
did he slap on your knob?
no. The only thing we did was
Y'all exchange hands? What, playing dice?
They was playing PlayStation.
See, I must have got y'all must have got dubs then or something. I don't understand.
I love Jackety Jack.
The
I
hell's a
love,
jackety jack? Let me
I
look this
love,
up.
I
They
love,
was
Jackety
I
playing
jack.
love,
Jack in the Box. Pop
I
goes the
love,
weasel.
I love Jackety Jack. I love Jackety Jack. And y'all, I'm sorry if y'all comments are not showing. I am pressing show. I don't know how to make this thing show because it keeps telling me, do I want to hide or show the comments? I don't understand what's going on. So if you don't see a comment, I'm looking on the iPad so I can click show. I'm not hiding them on purpose. I promise. Okay, let me add, say that.
Y'all in this Apple stuff? That's what's wrong.
No, that's YouTube keep hiding. Okay. So look, so the bottom line was that it
Say,
made
Ron, they
me
used to play.
realize
They playing jacks in the back of the car.
it was the
Wait a minute,
captain's
Jack.
list.
This is what he was doing, girl. He said,
On the third row seat, girl.
I love Jackie the Jack.
and they call it jack.
Ooh.
But you could tell
Sound
I
like
that
just
that sound like an old man game.
So
but you
y'all
could tell
skipped
that
the
he
second
had
row
been
seat
doing.
because the baby seat was back there, so y'all had to go to
Yep.
the third
And
row
then want to
seat.
move the baby seat.
Hmm
But you could tell that he had been clearly comfortable with doing this because he felt no pressure about being in broad daylight in the back of this truck
Because his
doing what he was
windows was
doing.
tinted.
well,
That's why he took you
okay.
to the third row
So
seat. The windows was tinted.
here, here's the thing. He's married. He's got kids. He's hooking up. He's clearly
And he's done it
comfortable doing.
before.
He's clearly comfortable doing shit that he ain't got no business doing in
Right.
itself. And
Right.
I'm not judging him. Do what you do. I just hope his wife know. That's all I'm saying. I hate when motherfuckers do that and they partners don't know what's up. That's the only thing that bothers me.
You
I really
know,
hate that shit.
they don't know.
And
Be
that's
real about your shit. If you gonna do it, be real about your shit. That's
And if
all I'm
she do
saying.
know, she probably think he messing with women.
but my
Okay,
thing
so let me
is
ask you a question. Was he a doctor and was his wife a doctor too?
no, he was a
Oop.
coach. I can't I do know for a fact verbatim. I do know for a fact verbatim that he was a coach.
You shady. He said the man was bald headed.
He was bald
Oh, he
headed.
was shaved.
He was like he could have been in his early 40s or late 30s for sure.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
She
saying.
Oh, bitch, this Cadillac just pulled up as 5. Bitch, is the motherfucker in it 5?
No.
Ooh,
He might
that
be on the
car.
he might be on the down low.
Let me see what he look like getting out. Oh, he a black man. Ooh,
That's a sugar
he a
daddy.
young one.
That's a sugar daddy
No,
at
he
that point.
young. Oh, he got a little pimp to him. Come on. Oh, you must be in your mama car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I
There you
got
go.
I do have a
Having great
question
fans
though.
look good.
What are the signs that a person is on the down low?
I'm going to
What are the
Kroger.
signs that a person is on the down low? Are there specific signs that a person is on the down low?
I mean, it depends. It could be a look. It could be the way that they talk to you. Sometimes it could be
Girl,
the way that they don't talk to you.
let's be clear. We don't give away
It's different things.
those secrets. Come on now.
It's different things. It's the same as you looking at anybody else. It could be anything.
You give away all your secrets because I ain't telling mine.
I mean, it's not
So
a secret to give away. I mean, it could be anything, really, to be honest. It could
because
be, like I say, it could be the way they talk to you. It could be the way they don't talk to you, girl.
okay, so let me ask you a
Because some of them
question.
not gonna reveal. Some of them not gonna reveal who they really are until they want you to know.
Somebody wants you to take and blow somebody eye.
Bitch.
So let me ask you a question then. There's a person dressing real nice qualify them for being down low. Because you can wear nice
No,
clothes.
no,
Okay.
What did
no.
you say?
You can
So
be
Does
if
stylish
what?
and have
if
fashion sense. You can have cute gowns and
Right.
fashions and not be gay.
All
okay,
trade don't come out the hood. I mean, some
They
of them
don't.
do, and then they end up growing out of that and become businessmen and
Hey,
all of the
Sylvia.
things.
what
Just be,
about
just because
what
you're
about
hood don't
nails?
make you trade.
What about like manicured nails? Does that
And
make
they
a
don't make.
person
Mm-mm.
No.
okay?
Does that make a person
Oh,
gay? No, because they get manicures. No,
because
See,
they like to
it's
keep
called
their
good
that
nails
grooming.
clean.
I feel like that is
Part
stigmatization
of
that they
grooming.
put on people. Just because you look a certain way, you will take care of yourself. A lot of people are metrosexual now,
Right,
so they want to have a nice appearance, and then they do have the corporate job, so they can't go in there looking no any kind of way.
right.
People put that
Mm.
And then
stigma
if you
on
care
black
about
men.
yourself, yeah, and if you care about yourself, you want to get up and look nice for yourself.
People put that stigma
Mm-hmm.
on black men if they get pedicures and manicures and stuff like that. When a
Mm.
white man go get when the white man go get groomed up, it's not an issue. When a black man does it,
Okay.
why you at the nail salon?
Okay.
You ain't take your girl. Like,
Okay. So the next question: if a man likes his whole plate with, does that make him gay?
Who
no.
No,
he
it
could
don't.
he
It
could be
doesn't. We talked about that the other day.
and he could
Yesterday,
be in
actually.
touch with he could be in touch with his whole being.
Okay.
Everybody's not scared to spread the cheeks and wash their booty holes and stuff.
Not spread them cheeks and wash their booty hole.
It just goes along with some people. Some people are sensitive and some people aren't. There's a
Oh
lot
my
of gay
God.
men that don't like their ass ate and all of the things. Some people don't
And
like their nipples played with. It's just sensitivity. A lot of people have different sensitive spots. What may
and
be
you can
sensitive
wear
to you may not be sensitive for another person.
and he can wear a lace front too, and it still be cool.
Now, girl, hold on a second.
He can. He
Some
can.
men do not want to accept the baldness, so they gonna do what?
That's right.
They gonna do what they
Well,
gotta
Exactly.
you know,
do.
like
They're gonna
Snoop
get rid
Dogg,
of it. That's right.
if you want realness, I'd rather you grow the realness from your scalp like Snoop, honey. I would rather, if you're gonna have a pressing curl, I'd rather it be growing from your scalp, girl,
Snoop Dogg could be a
Girl,
gay too.
than having
semantics.
these rainbow wigs, honey. They cost
Not,
$5,000, girl.
not a
And,
pressing
and
curl.
well, I'll just be glad that you got enough to get you one, and me too.
Oh my God.
Get us a unit, honey. I'm okay with it. Girl, I don't care about that type of exterior shit.
Child, if you have that type of money to buy you a $5,000 wig, let's go get hair implants, honey. You just implant the shit from my scalp individually.
Boy,
But
That's
you
what I
can't
want.
do all them. But you can't do all them colors on it and expect to keep it though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't need a color. As
sometimes
long as
sometimes
if we got that type of money, we going to get hair implants.
But sometimes you got that. If they got that type of money to take an experiment, they don't have to do that. That is a cliche that we.
Instead of cutting Mayleen's hair, I want you to fly her over here and extract every strand of hair out of her head, and I want it to grow out of my scalp.
Girl, you on some Beyonce shit.
So okay, so let me ask you this: do you think that all women look for a man who is rough around the edges, or do
I
you
think
think that?
some do.
Some equate that rough around the edges is masculine, not necessarily insecurity, because that's what they were taught.
That's a good point. So a lot.
Then they
So in
find
other
out they gotta pay all that bail money.
Or they don't want to get their butt whooped too.
Mm.
so in other words, a lot of the stuff is taught as far as when it comes to what some people may consider to be a heterosexual male, or what the image of a heterosexual male should look like as far as how they
We
carry
all,
themselves.
But
we
all
all were
that stuff
taught to
is
a
taught
certain
us.
way.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're all taught stuff.
we're all
We're,
taught in a
we're,
certain way for hetero, or however you pronounce it, normatives. I mean,
yeah.
Heteronormative.
we take a look at TV, and we see we're just now seeing really more biracial couples and black couples featured on TV. For the longest, it was Caucasian and Caucasian beauty only.
Right.
Hmm.
So let's
That's
let's
true.
be clear that it was the self-taught. If you didn't have the long, straight, silky hair, then you were not considered to be beautiful. They're just now embracing the kinky curls. They're just now embracing the C4 hair. They're just now embracing the brown skin and the black skin girls.
Hmm.
So let's be clear. I mean, even in the community, if you light is right. Even in
Well,
the
they're just
community,
not embracing it outside of the slave roles and the maid roles. Because this natural hair has been on TV for years, but outside of those type of roles, it really wasn't seen.
but
The
anytime,
girls were having on wigs and perms and all
but
of the
anytime it
things.
was shown on TV that a person with natural hair, they were upset, they were mad, and they were going through
Yeah,
a depression.
yeah. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't an empowering. It wasn't an empowering role at all. It
It
was
was seen as
always
less than.
you down on your luck, bitch. You poor, you broke. If you had your natural hair, it was never a girl in a corporate gig with her natural hair bossed up. Like
Mm.
that's not how. It's like that now, but
You know what?
traditionally it wasn't.
Right.
Unless it was a film based out of someone who's in Africa. So it was like, girl, that's not the only place we have
Well,
natural hair.
Outside of that,
or unless your natural hair, you had that good grade of hair, like it was
Right,
manageable. Like
right.
Jasmine Guy used to wear. She's always worn her red hair, but she had a manageable grade of hair. Even in Harlem Nights, like she had that wavy curl pattern, or she even her curl was curly, but it was still manageable. It wasn't kinky like it was in
Yeah, we're talking
what's that
about more
movie?
Afrocentric hair, though. We're
Right.
talking about more kinky,
Until
cornier hair.
what's the School Days when they had the debate on good and bad hair or whatever. Those girls wear their natural hair and were fine with it. It's like movies like that, the girls wear their natural hair.
but that was
But
also
it really wasn't
But but even in school days, those that wore their natural hair, they refer to them as jigaboos.
jigaboos. Right.
Right. So Lee had a question. Lee said, expand on rough around the edges. So Lee, what I mean by that is, um, a person that's not
Trade.
considered to be this perfectly, you know, all groomed out person. You know, somebody that
person.
Somebody that's looked at as the bad guy, the bad boy, the
right,
bad boy image.
or you know, somebody that just may not be as well upkept. You know, I've heard women say that they want men with that has messed up feet. They don't want no man that have no pretty feet. They don't believe that a man should have pretty feet. I've heard that before. I've heard of women feeling like that if your nails too clean, that means that I don't want no part of that. And then I be thinking
I've
in my
heard
head
women say
like,
they don't want a man with soft hands.
right, oh, with soft hands. So that will be the
Right.
rough around the edges part. You
Or
know, as
lips,
far as
or
or
soft lips.
lips, right. Right.
I
Exactly.
don't want nobody kissing me and they cut my lips.
Right. How you don't want no man with soft lips? No, I don't agree with that
And
one.
then when you taking it, you touching my nether regions. I want you to definitely make sure.
Right. I don't.
I
That's
mean, I'm
weird.
not saying nope, nope. We're talking about things that we've heard what some people said they didn't want. And some women have actually said that they didn't want no man with no soft ass lips. I don't know if they wanted like skin scraping hard, but they didn't want no soft ass, buttery, powder puff lips. That's just what I've heard. Now I ain't say that was me personally. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
Yes.
I don't like men to take. I don't. I don't like men to take baths. I need you to be a grown up and take a shower. Like I'm with Samoa on that. Like I don't want to come home and see you soaking in the tub and you got candles lit. And no, unless your back
Come
hurt,
on.
you fell and did crack something. And no,
Why?
that bath better be ran for both of us. I don't
Why?
need to come
You can't
home.
enjoy a bubble
Just like
bath.
she said, if I come home and see you soaking in the tub, you better be in there doing the dishes.
That's
Why are you
right,
soaking in the
Leander.
tub?
That's
No,
right,
ma'am.
Leander. That's exactly right. And some men don't believe in wiping either. I've heard that. They don't believe in wanting to touch back there and they don't wipe. So they be like, I'm gonna take a shower and whatever it is left, that's just gonna be left over. And that's it. Just saying. If you got skid marks in your drawers all the time, you might be doing something wrong. I mean,
What you mean might be doing something wrong? Clearly they ain't doing nothing right.
I'm just
I'm just
saying
trying to
though.
figure out when you talking about that, folks. What if they not at home and they taking a crap? What they doing then?
What?
That's just
Getting up,
absolutely
pulling up
disgusting.
their pants and keep it going.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Some
Oh,
men
you
are
talking
so
about when they
sensitive.
shit and take a shower?
Some men are so sensitive about what they do back there or near their home because they feel like it's going to emasculate them. That I'm just saying, and that's the result. This right here. Well,
That's the stupidity that they've been taught.
That's a whole nother topic of why men feel like things will emasculate them. That's a whole topic in itself.
But I
Because
do think
there's
that,
a lot of men that don't show affection to their kids because they feel like it takes away their masculinity.
but I do feel like sometimes a lot of that is that come from the self-taught and the self-hate that a lot of women show towards men whenever they're doing it.
Hmm.
Because it's a taught habit. That's self-hate. That's all that is.
okay. So my next question is what if there was a woman who finds out that her husband has been dipping and dabbing, on the down low? What would be one's reaction as far as how do you think that the relationship would be
What's the
uh
question?
recoverable? Like will it be able to be repaired? Like is there, because if a woman if a man cheats on a woman with another woman, then people consider that okay, we can work through that. But if it's another man, then is that repairable, or is there just like a no point?
Let me ask you this: is it cheating or is it experimenting one time?
If you
That's a
married
good
or are in a
question.
relationship, it's all cheating. You don't experiment in a
Well, unless
relationship
y'all
or if you're with somebody.
Well, I can't say it's all cheating if you guys know about it and y'all are approving it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
That's
to me,
different.
cheat is,
That's something different.
yeah.
But if they're still
If
in a
they have an
relationship,
open relationship.
Wait, hold on a second. Somebody said yes, Queen. Skid marks. I've had to watch a few. Oh my goodness. Yes. So I don't
You
know.
keep that to yourself.
I do feel like
Right. I
that if you
mean,
okay,
that was
Sandy
personal.
Moon put no because he's been lying. It's cheating. So okay,
Yep.
okay. So what if he told you it was just one time and then
I don't give a fuck if it's one time. Shit, you should. And okay, so is it one time and you told me about it when you got home? It was within the same time frame. Hey, baby, I
It's
fucked
still
up.
cheating.
You know what I'm saying? It's still cheating, but what is the question? Is it cheating or are you staying? What's the question? I'm sorry. I was getting my numbers. I was acting real old. I was playing my numbers.
So some people may want it. Some people may say, "Oh, I was curious and decided to step out," and then some may say, "Well, I just had a full-on fledged relationship with a whole nother person behind your back." So it could be one or two things. It could be curiosity
It's
killed the
all
cat,
cheating.
but it's all okay. So
I
it's all
mean,
cheating
yeah,
if it's
it's all
within
cheating. I mean, it's cheating. It's
if
cheating.
it's
If you're
within the
in a
parameters.
relationship and you step out, unless y'all have an open relationship or y'all have some sort of discussion to where, y'all can do this once a month or once a week or have this or have that and, do what you do, just use protection or whatever. If it's anything outside of what you have established within your relationship and you know for a fact that this ain't gonna fly, and then this what I don't understand, why people know that their spouses already be crazy. You found somebody, fell in love with them, you know they crazy for a fact, and you know if they find out that you cheated on them, that they gonna act a whole goddamn fool, your car gonna be flattened, caught on fire, your mama house gonna be blown up,
Wait a
girl.
minute.
The
No,
all of the
wait a minute.
things,
We on
girl.
the normal
She
side.
making sure you ain't gonna have nowhere to stay, and you still go outside of all of that. It's like some people, they adrenaline pump for stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
they
know
self
you have a
sabotage.
crazy
They
spouse.
love it.
You know you have a crazy spouse, and you just want to see how far you can go or how far it's gonna take you to get her to go off. Some people live for stuff like that. I'm like, you
I
knew she
mean,
was
but it's
crazy in
also the
high
same.
school. She beat
But
up
it's
all the
also the
girls that you
same.
cheated on her with before y'all got married, and you still testing her. It's like, what more do you want
But
her to
some,
do to show? Like, what else she got to do in your life?
it ain't about. It's not about what she got to do. Sometimes that's what they like. They like that heat. They like that drama. They like that back and
I
forth. They
don't have
like her
time for
going
stuff like that.
crazy. They like the makeup
Mm-mm.
stick. I get that you don't, but for those particular people, that's what they get
Oh, I've
into.
seen
That's
it in real life.
that is their version of having sex in the daylight. In pure broad, it turns them on. This is what makes them tick.
You know,
Well,
you got 15 minutes before your wife get home, but you want to have this bitch just now putting on her drawers 5 minutes before she walk in the door. You want to give it a chance that she may didn't stop at the store today, and it's a possibility that they could be passing each other in the parking lot.
It's a part of the rush for some people.
Girl, that's why I
and
be
It's
that's
feeling
it's
sorry
a
for
part of.
hoes.
Yeah, well, you're
and
right. When they get what they get, they get what they get. But it's a part of the rush for some people.
that's the reason why I feel like it's so easy for the men who are dipping and dabbing to do it because I do feel like that adrenaline does play a part in it. Just to know the thought of you doing something sneaky like that and then
So
going home.
let me ask you a question then. Let me change the scenario just a wee bit. So what if the guy or the lady, whoever, what if one or the other has been in a relationship? Not only is it a mental or toxic relationship, but you came to a point that there's no love there. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
inside there's no love there, there's no affection being shown. You haven't had sex in over 2 to 3 years. So
Y'all basically roommates.
you stay there and you do you stay there suffer and you have needs, or do you go and find it somewhere else? Because I'm a strong believer in this. When you're in a relationship with the person, what you won't do and the same shit that you had to do in order to get that person is what you're gonna have to do to continue to keep that person. So if you came with the Pandora box fully wide open and you was swinging from the rafters and you was this and you was doing that, you gonna have to keep that same energy up if you want to keep that person. If not, he or she will find someone else, because it's not only just the men, the women, it's also the women too that will take a step out and find them someone that's gonna take and swing, make them swing from the raptures.
Yeah, this is true. You got to keep that
So
same energy.
you can't sit up there and you can't say it's just a one-sided thing, because it's not always just the men. Some of the men are
No,
content
it's
to be
not.
in sexless relationships, just so as women, a lot of women to a certain extent get to a point that they're content to be in a sexless relationship. But if you have a full-fledged man laying there, blood still pumping through his body, you don't think whenever it's standing up in the morning time, it don't need to get down? And this is only
I
your
think
dice is only gonna work so long. After you shoot dice for so long, you're gonna find a hot something to go put it in.
That is very much true.
I ain't trying to
I
Because
make
think
it
I
one
think with
just saying though.
women, people think that it's when women cheat that it's just mostly for like emotional reasons and but men get the same way. You'll find that, if you neglect a man, you're not giving him attention. It's the same as a woman. If you neglect a woman and you're not giving her attention, if somebody is giving them attention, they're gonna gravitate towards who's giving them attention. They may not necessarily be gravitating towards them to cheat, but it's just that gravitational pull. Somebody show you attention, whether it's good or bad, you kind of gravitate to it or you pull from it. So you could be gravitating towards somebody and not even realize that you're caught up in something that you didn't want to be in.
I can tell you this, and then I'm gonna leave the whole I'm gonna leave the scenario alone. But I know myself in the field that I'm in, that I have guys coming in, and I've had couples coming in,
mm,
and you can see the tension that the guy is trying to get from the girl, and sometimes it's vice versa. The girl's trying to get the attention from the guy. They're there to do just that and the third and handle whatever they got to handle. Even the ones that I see come in that are looking at this and they're looking at that and they're planning on doing this together. But if that connection is not there, I don't care how much you try to take and force that thing there. If that connection is not there on both ends, because if me and you were together, but you required, or this is something that satisfies you, is that you like your feet rubbed that night. Okay, I may start off doing rubbing your feet at night, but then I get to a point, you know what? That's not something that I'm into. I'm not into feet. And I was only doing it at first to get you. Now I done got you. I don't feel like I gotta do it.
mm,
That same energy that you took to get that person, that's the same thing. You're gonna have to keep it. So if you were a person that's in public and you showed affection towards that person, and that person liked you showing affection towards them, then you're gonna have to keep that up, because
true.
some men and some women, like, they like to show their significant others off. They like to, hey, this is my piece. I think my piece is fine. That's the same thing with ladies. That's that. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
I agree with that. I
Feel
agree
like
with that.
that. If you're not, what you're not gonna do, whether it's male, female, cat or dog, they're gonna find that attention from somewhere else that's gonna get them that attention. And they could be doing, like you said at the beginning, having a double life. They could have a whole nother full-fledged relationship over here with the person that's handling them.
Right.
And a lot of times the male or the females in the relationships know about this whole other situation, but they turn a blind eye to it because at least I ain't got to deal with it.
They feel like, okay, it ain't my battle to sit here and fight.
No tea, no shade. I can put my business out there. My my aunt and my uncle is in the same situation, and they've been in that situation for the last 40 years now. They legally married. They live in
Did you say
separate
you could
houses.
put your business out there?
Huh?
You said I could put my business out there. You said my
Sure
uncle.
can. Sure can. They legally married. They've not gotten a separation. They've not gotten a divorce. I travel on the road a lot, but he has a whole nother wife, children, and house in the same state, different counties.
So is it just a thing of
He
they
knows about
become
it. They've had for the last 40 years a sexless relationship after the last child was born. Nothing else. So what is he doing? He got a whole nother wife. He makes sure she's taken care of financially. They still married, but that's it.
So are they still? Would you say that they're still married because of love and content? You know, you just become so accustomed to this person that it's just easier to stay in the
Content with a person
situation.
that you don't see but once a year or once every other year.
Some people do stay married. It's just easier to stay married than get a divorce.
You tell me.
Everything is fine. They have something worked out, or they just want to keep the last name for the kids, or
Yeah,
whatever. People
my
do
point I
things
was thinking of
for
it is
different reasons.
that people, we are not at a place that we can take and justify what is right for this person, what's wrong for that person. That's why I said before, and I'll say it again. It's not up to us to take it out, take and cause anybody no problems by trying to answer questions that somebody else want to ask about another person. By taking and trying to say, hey, I'm gonna keep you around because you're gonna be my new gay friend to tell me if this person is gay or not. That's none of our business to take and do that to a person.
Right.
That's all I'm
Anyway, but Young Jock is still married, and he's been married to his wife for over 10 years, and he still has kids, and he's with other women, still been in a relationship with other women. It's a lot of different reasons why people stay married and stay in relationships that they don't get out of legally. Um, but I wanted to go back to what Jasmine was saying earlier when she said something about to get somebody else to keep doing that. I agree with that, but I don't agree with that. If you stop doing it, you need to replace it with something of equal or lesser value. So, like she said, if you're gonna start rubbing your wife's feet or whatever, then you need to do something to replace that to still make her feel like, okay, you still appreciate her. So if you start rubbing her feet, then you need to start taking her to get like pedicures or something, or something to equal
If you gonna
what you
start
took
rubbing her
away.
feet, you start eating her
Right.
booty. I'm just saying. I mean,
well.
don't eat my booty though, because I don't like that shit.
Send it my way.
I don't like it. I'm like, please stop. I just
I
like I just my ass is just wet.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, they don't know what they're doing because I done had
I don't think it's about them knowing what they're doing. I just don't like it.
they done had me climbing a wall, baby. I done went and seen Moses.
No. Please stop. Please stop.
So,
My God, and today.
so I was gonna say the last. So we've been on here for hours. So the last, what I'm gonna try to do is the last minute is kind of like, I guess you would say, the random part of the show where anything is on top is no its own topic. Nothing is off limits. I'm trying to keep it at an hour and a half. So for the next 30 minutes, if anybody has anything, any discussions, anything, just anything, whatever the case, you could throw it out there. People in the comments as well. You could throw it out there. Take your best shot. It is what it
Did you
is.
finish what your topic was?
So what?
Did you finish all your topics? But you had like 4 topics.
I did. I had the main topic for the night was, is your husband gay? How do you know it? How do you know your husband is gay? And vice versa. And like Jasmine said, I think the biggest
Sometimes you just have to
segue is that some, like it may not be for people to sit here and reveal the truth if a person's husband is gay or not. If they, if you know somebody who husband is gay, do you tell them? Do you not tell them? It may not be your battle to sit here and fight. Sometimes you just need to sit here and let sleeping dogs lie and let cars fall wherever they may. And then when
it depends on the situation. Like if my mom was dating someone and she introduced me to him, I'm not gonna tell her that he's gay. I'm gonna just
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
might
say
want to
yeah.
leave that alone, or you might want to have a conversation with him about X, Y, and Z. And if you feel like continuing it, okay, cool, whatever. But that's your business. But I'm not going to necessarily tell his business, but I will say you might need to have a conversation with him. And if he don't tell you what I want him to tell you, then I'm going to tell you because that's like for my mother or your sister or somebody like that, somebody close to you. I think it's a different topic than, oh, that's my homegirl, or I seen her man out with this dude. You don't know who that dude was unless they sitting there holding hands kissing. That could be one of his homeboys. Like, why would you just assume that he's out with a gay man, or even if the man was gay, how you know that's not one of his cousins?
Okay. So with that being said, there's a man hanging around is because this is also something I feel like people are taught. Some people may feel like, oh, a man around a man is a sign. That's not always true. Because a person can just become who they are, that they don't have to sit here and worry about as far as, the temptation of it all, if that's not what they're attracted to. But some people feel like, oh, you can't have gay friends and hang out with a gay man, or have a gay best friend, a heterosexual person having a gay best friend as far as male, without being classified
I
as
had a
something.
I had a heterosexual friend, and I actually took him out to eat for his birthday, and I'm known throughout Dallas, so for him to be comfortable enough to go out, and it was just me and him. I took him out to eat for his birthday in the city that we went in. I'm still known in that city, so it was just like, okay, if somebody would have said something, I don't think it was an issue, but it was just I don't necessarily think about stuff like that. But he can handle his own. He's secure in who he is, and it was just me personally. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. But yeah, you can have a excuse me because I have straight family members, of course. Like I'm not the only gay person in my family, so you know. And it was weird because when I found that out, it was at a family meeting. But anyway, um, it was just you can be out, but I think when people start assuming, oh, that's his nigga, oh, that's that. Okay, I've taken my little brother out. My brother is very much so straight, and he's tall, and he looks probably older than what he is. So people probably be like, oh, who was that with him? Like, I don't like when people assume that just because you see me with somebody that you're assuming that there's a piece or there's somebody in one of my videos, or you're assuming that there's somebody. So I
Right.
don't like all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's fair either, because that's when people have phobias about being friends with people because of people, oh, they with him all the time. They must be doing something. No, actually, I could be his gay best friend too, bitch.
Or if
Right.
somebody see me and my mom or something like that. My mom looks young and they'd be like, even
Right.
when I was younger, me and my mom used to get because my barber used to do my mom's hair. So we were in the barbershop at the same time. When I was 17, 18, this dude invited me to a party thinking I was older than what I was because I was tall from way young. So he thought my mom was my girlfriend. He invited me to a grown party. And I was like, he was like, oh, you can invite your girlfriend. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I was very much so getting my eyebrows done, even back then. So I was like, who are you talking about? He was like, ain't that your girl? I was like, I'm looking around, and my mom had just got out the chair and she walking up. I'm like, nigga, that's my mama. No. Like I didn't know he
So
didn't know that I was not gay. Or that I didn't know that he didn't know I was gay. I was like, oh, okay. Cause I don't walked in the barbershop with my homeboys very much so queens. And I was like, okay, well, I guess.
so let me let me ask you this then, for the trans community. Have you ever had a heterosexual female feel some kind of way as far as feel intimidated or threatened as far as being around, I guess, their man, or per se, or if a heterosexual female maybe have saw you with a man or something, they just automatically start creating their own false realities in their head, like, oh, he must got something going on with her or whatever. When it could just really be that maybe this heterosexual male just have respect or just want to, maybe he just open minded. I don't know, maybe he just open minded and don't mind being around a trans woman. He don't have insecurities like that. Like, have any one of you, Savon and Jasmine, ever had any experiences or know anybody that has had experiences with that per se?
I don't know if they've been open about the fact they feel some kind of way.
Girl,
So
yes,
I've
she
got
don't.
I have a unwritten rule that I'm not friends with my friends' men anyway. It's a hello and goodbye situation. We don't really shoot the shit. I'm in the cars. He can be in the cars. He can talk about it at dinner with all of us there, but that's about it. Like, I just don't. It's just a rule that me and my friends have always had. It doesn't have anything to do with being trans, straight,
It's an
whatever.
unwritten
We're
rule.
just not friends with our
What you
friends.
got his number for? What you
Like,
calling
we
him
don't
for?
call. If you need to get a message to him, you go through your girl to get it, or whatever,
Right.
to get it to him. Hey, can you think so and so will have time? If he work on cars, hey, do you think so and so can
Right.
fix my car? Well, girl, you can text him. No, you can ask him. He right there with you. You probably breathing his breath now. Like, you ask him. Like, I don't need the direct contact, so we don't have those problems now.
Because we don't need that miscommunication later on.
Have I had a friend who has told me that her man was interested in me? Yes, I have.
Well,
And of
that's
course, I
interesting.
knew that he was. I could tell, but I was like, "Girl, go on, bye." She's like, "Girl, you ain't gotta do that with me. I already know he interested." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And to this day,
I've had several friends tell me.
she'd be like, "My baby daddy, they ain't together, but girl, he probably wants your number. Like, girl, please stop." So it happens.
I've had friends, will say Von just said, because when their spouse or boyfriend or whatever finds out that I'm friends with them, they've known me from the internet. So they be like, if I, they'll, how your picture pop up when you call somebody. They'll be like, who is that? Why he look familiar? And they'll be like, how do you know him? And they'll get to talking and be like, oh my God, I know him. You're friends with him, or whatever. And this is in different states. I'm like, girl, tell your man to calm down.
Right.
So Jasmine, what about you, Jasmine? Have you ever had any experiences like that?
She laughs.
Look, I saw
She
that.
laughed. Told him he bought a new pad. Could he come over right fast and put my pretty ass?
I saw her shaking her head.
She have.
I have never had those type of issues before.
Oh, well, that's good. God bless you.
Girl, here she goes with the
shit.
That you are aware of.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't prefer to be around women.
You
say you don't
prefer to be around women?
No. I really don't have like female friends because I learned early on, I got burnt when I was in middle school and high school by girls at that time. And some of the foolishness that I've encountered within my own family tree, it's not something that I choose to allow women to occupy those spaces with me. Because you can allow, and it's not only women, it's men too, but it's mainly women, because men show you exactly who they are up front. Men are so much more easier to be around, and most of the time you know exactly what you're getting from them, because they don't try to take and put on a front to be cool with you. And I know it's going to probably sound like I'm bitter. I'm not bitter. I just learned
the cooler, you know.
I just learned from an early age that with me, I can't trust women really like that.
Okay.
The closest person that I've gotten to in a very long time has been Savon. And I'm not ashamed to say that or whatever like that. Me and my
sisters, big though, that's different.
But me and my sisters are not even that close like that. Like me and my oldest sister was close. Shut up. Me and my older sister used to be super close, but my older sister took and said the wrong thing at the wrong time when I was not needing to hear it and I wasn't wanting to hear it. And that's why I say about the whole outing people, whatever like that. If I want to know about it, I'm gonna ask you, or I'm gonna tell you what I want you to know. But other outside of that is none of your damn business. What, who, what, when, why I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and you have no place to take and put me in a heaven or hell. Period.
Oh, you bring up something I want to touch on if Bambi don't have anything to say
So
after you're done.
with that being said, like I've even, tried to expound and be cool with different people from churches that I've been to in the past. And the moment that they find out my tea, then there's an issue with me never stepping to them and being on a sexual tip, me never stepping to them or their husbands being on something to that effect, because the type of people or the type of men that I don't attract just no run-of-the-mill scallywags. And I'm not saying that everybody else does, but because of the person that I am, I come off very high maintenance. And everyone that knows me, I like nice shit. So you gonna have to step to me on the right tip either way it goes. And I ain't saying I'm the baddest, but I feel like I am. So you're not gonna be able to step to me on no foolishness and expect for me to be real cool with the whole situation. And then furthermore, if I'm cool with your wife or you're my sister's boyfriend, then there's really not a conversation for us to really be having outside of her presence or their presence. You see what I'm saying? Like, I truly believe the same thing like Savon was saying. Like, I don't need to have your phone number. You don't need to have mine. Now, if we're going to communicate and we're going to talk, if it's a group message for a situation, then I'm group messaging and texting and talking to your wife, and then she can relay whatever messages that need to be done. But anyway, long story short, I don't trust females. And my gut intuition about most females and males, you can be cool with them, but the moment that males or females can take and stab you right in the back, once you feel like that you don't got cool with them.
That's why I keep my social circle small. By choice.
Me too. I keep my social circles really small too. The one thing that I have to say, the only thing that I've really ran into with my female friends, and it hasn't, or I can't say friends, females. It hasn't been anything with the whole territorial. That's just something, anybody that you like, whether you male, female, you're gonna be territorial of that person that you're interested in. So or competitive. So I don't want to put that out there. But the one thing that I've said that I have had a problem with is in their head, they feel like it's a compliment, like they supporting you. Bitch, fuck that. I got a friend, bitch, that'll turn your whole man life, bitch, and you wouldn't even know she was a goddamn dude. And I'm like, bitch, you just told my goddamn tea, although you felt like you was being complimentary, that wasn't your story to tell.
Right.
I've had that. And I get it's like, girl, no, oh my God, I didn't mean that. I said, I get that you may not have meant it like that, but how was that their information?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you were complimenting, like, because my girl is a bad bitch, but and because I only, going to the gay clubs wasn't a big thing for me. I always went to the straight clubs, and it wasn't for no other reason than the fact that I just had, at the gay clubs, it got to a point where all they was doing was fighting. So I stopped going. I had more fun at the straight clubs. So it was like, girl, I feel that you feel whatever. But yeah, but then I can also say I've got girlfriends, we be out, bitch, and I'm pulling them all, and they ain't jealous, they ain't sitting, just like, God damn it, how the fuck Tony pulling all these motherfuckers, and we just sitting over here looking crazy. Like, I've got some really good friends, but I do know people who've experienced situations where, well, that's a dude.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that too. I just haven't experienced it. I'm just thankful that my female crew, my girls, they don't do shit like that. But I understand why people stay away from it, because I've seen people go through the very same thing that Jasmine's talking about.
It was funny to me. I had a homegirl, and I hung out with her friends, and I always called her friends. Like I never had none of their numbers, even though we was all cool. If I needed to get in touch or tell them something, I go through my homegirl because I'm not territorial over my friends. Like if that's my friend, that's my friend. I don't care if she have other friends or whatever. I'm not that friend that's jealous. Oh, you can't be my friend if you met me through her. This and that. I'm not with all of that, but it was. I was never really comfortable with going to straight clubs. And she would always come to the gay club with me, and I was fine with that. But then she wanted to go to the straight club, and she really wanted me to go. And I was like, girl, because I don't want no shit. For me being out of my element, if something go down, I don't want her to feel like she has to defend me in a situation. One, I can defend myself, but I don't need her jumping in. Say I get into it with some dudes or whatever. I'm not gonna put females in a situation to where they feel like they have to defend me if they go down. Like that's why I just kind of stay clear of all of that anyway. But I win. We had a good time. I'm drinking, they drinking, and I'm sitting there. Bitch, I ain't never had so many niggas rub up against my ass.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
yes, it goes down in the straight clubs, baby, and they can know your tea or not know your tea. Like for me,
girl, I had on a purple shirt with a strong V line.
Baby, first of
ankle
all,
boots on,
very clear,
click
honey. A
clacking.
blind duck could tell that your ass is family, girl. So they knew what was going on, girl. They knew.
I'm sitting up here, and the jeans ass was sitting nice. I was like, okay, but I was like, I just went, because all these girls, they dress. So I was going to compliment them. I'm not gonna go up in a kind of way. And I was like, okay, and I already felt out of place because I was like, why I got on this purple ass loud ass shirt, And I'm sitting.
You said,
so I
bitch,
was like,
purple loud.
bitch, just loud for no reason. So I was like, okay, so I already felt out of place because I was like, ain't nothing sagging. It's hood niggas in here. I'm like, ain't nothing sagging on me. Pants ain't sagging ass. I'm like, bitch, if another nigga squeeze past this little ass piece of highway to get through, I'm like, okay, let me, and I tried shit that I was like, okay, let me move over here out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas was still, I was like, now come on now.
That was their way of blowing, you got something in your eye.
And somebody told me that. Somebody told me they was like, if you want to find somebody, go to a straight club. And I thought they was crazy. I was like, what you mean go to a straight club? I was like, why would I want to go to a straight club? But apparently that's where all the people be hanging out.
I mean, it's just very easy. It's just easy. That's all I can say. It's just easy. Like, I mean, I don't know what it. I mean, I never would, like, they would give me their number and all this other stuff, and I never would respond because I'm not a person that just tells my tea in situation like that because I just don't, and I'm not interested 9 times out of 10 anyway. But if you keep hounding and all this other stuff, we'll have that discussion. But I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to have that discussion that may prove risky for me. But I really was just going.
You just pull them to the side or whatever.
It ain't even no pull to the side. Now then, girl, look like I know I'm good. I have my rings have always been my decoy. So a lot of times they would think I'm married, taken anyway. And at first, I thought that was gonna be a good little deterrent. I learned a long time ago, baby, when they feel like you are unavailable, that's when they are interested the most. Right. I don't know what it's about, but it is. So when I started wearing the decoy rings, bitch, acting like I'm married because I don't want to have this discussion. Oh, I got a man. That type of stuff. It kept me from that discussion, but it also kept them even more interested. You know what I'm saying? But I would just leave it alone. I've gotten cursed out before. I've gotten almost beat up, in Memphis on the streets because one dude thought I was being shady and was, thought I was better than him. Like, none of that. I got a man at home. I've had some moments, but not as many as people would think in that environment.
And to speak to that, I don't know. Did you watch the reunion of Chasing Atlanta?
I did. I watched both.
Did you see what Lauren England was talking about? She was like, it's not about really telling her too. She was just like, with her transition, and she was saying that it's whether I tell them or whether I don't tell them, because she said she saw a situation where, and she said this was, a cisgender woman didn't respond to a guy and ended up losing her life just over that. So she was like, when guys talk to me, she was like, I speak, but she was like, if it's either if I speak, I'm damned. If I don't speak, I'm damned. She was like, so that's what she was kind of struggling with.
I mean, it is, but she's now just understanding what it's like to be a woman in today's world. I mean, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. That was the first time I had ever experienced that, and I was well into my 30s when that happened to me. And I just chalked it up, bitch. I'm in Memphis, so that's just not. I love my Memphis folk, but I'm just saying that was the only place that's ever happened to me. And I looked at my friend, and I was like, "So, am I gonna have to fight this nigga just because I don't want to give him my number?" Like, I told him I have a man, I'm in a relationship. Like, I'm gonna have to fight you, dude, because I want to be faithful. Are we serious?
Left alone.
But then we covered in Topic Tuesdays this week where a woman went into a liquor store. He was like, I got that. She's like, no, I'm good. I can pay for it myself. I'm good. I just want to get home to my daughter. And them hoes attacked her. Like, it happens.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in Harlem.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because had she let that man pay for that, he would have been expecting something in return.
With that same mentality, he would have felt like he owed something. So he was like, oh, so you think you better than me? So what we gonna do about it? And she was like, what do you mean we're gonna do about it? Well, what we gonna do about it? And he was obviously known to do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was like 3 dudes in the video, and they attacked. I mean, I was like, oh,
not every dude is just gonna do something for you to not expect nothing in return.
Right, but she was just like, no, I'm good. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
I could see if she didn't have enough money and he was just like, here you go.
Yeah, according to her, that wasn't her story.
I've actually done that before, girl. We're not about to sit here while you kind of exchange, girl. Put the rest of what she owe on my tab so we can move this line along, girl.
And that would probably be different, but it wasn't that. Yeah, I've done that too. But yeah.
I have done it before. If somebody in front of me don't have enough money, I ain't talking about like $50 worth of groceries, girl. If you short like a good $5, $10, girl, okay, fine, I got you, girl. Let's move it along.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Well, I do thank everyone for coming on tonight. And before I do get off, I wanted to sit here and say I was so shocked and heartbroken. Rest in peace, Cicely Tyson.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes.
Not Cicely.
I was like, say it ain't so.
You know what? She had just did an interview on Wednesday on Live with Kelly and Ryan. Like, literally had just done an interview. So I don't know what was the cause.
I know. I don't want to be nosy, but I'm very curious because I'm like, we had just seen her. She seemed to be doing really well, looking really well, looking vibrant always. You know.
And look,
I mean, you're right.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you right now. You already know Tyler Perry finna send her off. Okay,
baby,
everything finna have horns, trumpets.
Oh yeah,
carriages. Okay, gold plated, legs crossed in the casket. You are.
He taking care of her.
She's gonna be laid completely now. Okay,
look,
that was his mom. You know,
it's one of those Tyler Perry don't play about me type situation. You know,
another topic that one of y'all should do should be like for the legends and the icons, why we just throw them away.
Why we just throw them away?
You mean like
as far as they don't get the flowers that they deserve,
the older heads.
They don't get respected like they should as they get older. They're not taken care of, basically. And I'm not referring to Cicely Tyson. That just made me think of that.
Right, because you are absolutely right. Most often, their value goes up. It's like they're trying to work, they're trying to make money, but even as supporters, you know, more people bought Michael Jackson's album once he passed than they would if he put out a new one at that time, which is, I'm gonna leave.
They're
that
not
alone.
being seen. They're not being seen as more. They're not being asked to host award shows. They're not being asked to present at award shows. They're not.
They don't feel
They're
it.
not seen and they're not
dealt with
visible.
as if they're not relevant until they're gone.
Right.
And then you want to have these ceremonies and Vanguard
crying and
Awards and all
falling
this
out
shit that
and-
could have been given to them when they were alive. But
They done made 35 Whitney movies. Another one coming out next month. I'm like,
but
what
constantly
was all this
tore
when
her
she was alive?
Look,
Huh?
but constantly
look,
tore her
well,
ass
speaking
apart when she was
speaking of
alive.
Whitney movies,
Oh, she was a crackhead, this and that.
Yes.
Now she an icon, and now she a this and that, and
Mhm.
well, speaking of Whitney, I can tell you where I will be on tomorrow night. Well, I'm gonna have my DVR recorded because you know I never watched the movie all the way through, but I will be on Lifetime watching the Wendy Williams biopic, 4 hours long. It will be to a movie, and then I think they got a documentary. So I'm gonna watch. When I get a chance, I'm gonna watch it late at night. Savon, do you come on tomorrow? Because I'm a DVR it. If you come on
Yeah,
tomorrow,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna go back
on
and watch
tomorrow at 8 p.m. Yes.
it. So y'all hear that? Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Savon is gonna sit here and be on the ones and twos on the Savon Experience channel. If you're not subscribed, hop on over there and subscribe because I know you want to. Don't act like you don't want to. Okay,
just
everybody
look me
loves
up.
Savon.
what is this?
Okay,
Shaquan?
and then
It's not Shaquan's takeover this weekend. It's just we're gonna be talking about
oh,
Mr. Mr. Smacks, honey.
Who is this snack?
Girl, why you got this devious laugh, girl?
Okay,
Some Max, honey, because I live for him.
Lord, yeah.
I live for him. We're gonna talk about him, and we're gonna talk about a few other things. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Mr. Snacks, Jimmy Snacks,
And
and
then
we're
on
also gonna talk
Sunday,
about
Jasmine
Razby.
Divine the Cool Down. Who?
Razby
Who?
and his
Talk about
allegation.
Oh, Razby.
Shut up.
Chris Sales.
You know who Razby is.
And you know his molestation.
I didn't know who.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
So we're
I'm
gonna
still
use
trying
our
to figure out
clean
what the hell
words
going on with
with this
T.I. and
tough topic.
Tiny.
But yeah. Oh well, I'm not touching it. I'll let you touch that one. I hope to meet them one day, and I don't want any static. So
I'm not when I saw
You
Funky
hope to meet who?
when I saw Funky Dineva put that video up, I said, I'm not touching it. I'm not
Right.
even going to see him cover
Girl.
it. That ain't too close for home. Can't do it.
Right.
Can do.
And
You know.
I don't need nobody goons rolling up on me when I'm trying to go out to eat. You know. Girl,
They
the girls
they
act
live
like
right
they
up.
don't pay no attention to me, but they do. So let me just
Look, they live right up the street. Ain't got no time for no problems.
You see what I'm saying?
That's all right.
We're gonna let God, and if it's true, we're gonna ask that justice does what it does, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Right, that part. But yes, the Cool Down with Jasmine on Sunday at 9 p.m. You know, I get the time. It'd be the time zone for me that be screwing me up. Jasmine, 9 p.m.
She
Central
actually has changed her her time. She's now it's 8 p.m. your time, 7 p.m. Central Standard.
Okay, so
on
8
Sunday.
p.m. my time.
8 p.m. your
7
time.
p.m. Central Standard.
Yes.
Okay. See, these times on
Act like she ain't sitting right there and can't speak for herself. You see how bossy a bitch is. Let me move.
Okay. Child, that's Jasmine.
Well, if you turned around.
I'm paying my bills. I had to turn around. She wants
But
to do my
yeah,
stuff.
not paying the
Should have paid
bills.
on time, honey.
Now, you know, all.
She said ain't nothing getting cut off.
Uh-oh. Hold on, while hold on. Jasmine, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to. Oh, sure. I don't remove somebody from the stream. Okay, there we go. Okay, I don't need to test nothing else. So clearly I can't do that blow up thing that y'all be doing at the end. So I'm just gonna sit here and say thank you to everyone. Does anybody have any words they would like to share, last minute thoughts, things of that nature? If so, speak now, forever hold your peace.
Well, thank you guys for definitely coming to the show. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, turn your notifications on so that you'll know when things are going
Yeah.
down. And yeah.
Yes, and I will be back. Yes, this will be every Friday. Like I'm really like when I tell you I caught so much hell on getting this done. Like, let me tell you what happened before I get off, right? So I had literally got home about an hour before I had to go on the show. I was pulling up and hit the garage door button and had to shut the damn garage door down to my mama's car because I didn't know she was home. She had bought some chairs to put yes. She had bought some chairs to put in the house. So, you know, I was coming, you know how if you're coming up, you hit the garage and you thinking that, okay, you know, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna go up. So it was already up. She wasn't parked all the way in. She was parked like her trunk was hanging out. So as I'm coming up the driveway, like pulling up, I'm noticing that the garage, that, you know, her car is there. And I'm thinking in my head, like, child, like, please tell me you didn't shut this damn door down to her trunk. Child, the garage door had, luckily it went back up because it's got like a safety feature, but it shut down onto the trunk, but it didn't do no damage. I was surprised. And it went back up. And then on top of that,
sensor on it.
yeah, it had a sensor on it. And then on top of that, I had hopped in the shower real quick, and and as I was getting ready, child, I messed around my ass, and my little paper plates knocked over the damn Burberry cologne sent on the little thing behind me and busted all in the bathroom. Burberry, it just smelled like complete Burberry right everywhere. Just I smell like I just been soaked in Burberry, like the whole bottle busted. So it was glass everywhere. Yes, it was glass everywhere, and I had 10 minutes to get on camera, and I was just like, man, I was just like, this ain't my day. This ain't my day.
I definitely like
I
definitely like the social office / social media room redecoration.
Thank you. You know,
the cute corner.
Oh,
it's been a you know a work in progress and things, but you know I've been getting it.
He done been back over there to home.
I am
true.
Yes. Matter of fact, on the other side of your screen is the my workstation, and I got that picture that I posted with the tiger is over above the workstation. Is on the other side. So yeah, this is like my official home office. It took me a while to put it together, but I was trying to make it where I didn't have to keep. Well, you know, I wanted to do a green screen, and then I got to thinking, I was like, well, maybe if I just do like a bookshelf and then go buy like some real cute vases to put over here on this side, and then just do like a little YouTube, like Mr. 6'8", and then you got create, and then I found this little hello thing. So, you know, just make it like a little, you know, posh little corner.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually like that better. The only reason why I got my green screen is one is because I wanted to be extra as fuck, and I like to change up shit, and the wall, the hats on my wall was not going anywhere, and the way that the room is situated was only so much that I could do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And see, with my space, I don't really have room to put up a green. Like I can put it on this wall, a green screen, but then it would take up so much other space that I could use. So I was like, what can I do to make the most space of this office without having to keep moving stuff every time I get on camera? So this is my official corner. Everything that I record is gonna be in this corner, and then my office is over behind that side of the camera.
And there are plenty of successful YouTubers just making it clap. So I like it. It's nice. And the little candle, the little flickering of the light, you know, gives us, you know, very Yankee Candle, very, you know, Pier 1-ish vibe, you know, very posh. Very
this is the old African lady. This came from overseas, like one of my great uncles. He brought it back from overseas as the African lady. So I just put it right in this.
Oh, y'all got that off the
I need to go back and paint it and spray paint it.
Off the Amistad.
I am leaving.
I cannot. off of Amistad.
I cannot.
Hate you. I'm leaving.
I cannot. But yes, thank you all so much. I do greatly appreciate it once again. And just be on the lookout. I will be back next Friday, same time. I'm trying, you know what? Not only is this a consistent thing for me also, but it's also kind of to help me stay my ass away from downtown because, you know, ever since the new variant has came for COVID, I'm just like, I ain't trying to sit here and get caught up with the girls and then mess around and catch COVID and then done effed
Oh,
up
you
the
just found
thing.
out she was real.
So look, I mean, you know, I like to put on a little outfit and, you know, go twerk a little something, but I say, let me sit here and calm down. You focus on my YouTube and, you know, stay home,
You better
stay
go
put. So
put on an outfit and twerk your bald ass in that front yard.
no, that's all right. I'm good.
Not
I'm
twerk your
good. I'm
bald
just gonna
headed
focus.
ass. See?
This is where I'm gonna be every
Put something on
Friday.
the grill and twerk
Right
in the
here.
backyard.
Gonna be here every Friday. That's where I'm gonna be at. But thank you all once again. And you know, I do appreciate everyone in the comments. I do appreciate all of the panelists tonight. And yeah, just catch me back next Friday at 8 p.m. I will give you the new episode title sometime probably Tuesday, once I think over it. But until then, you all have a safe and blessed night out there in the YouTube land. I'm gonna end this live right about now. Love, peace, and hair grease. Bye, y'all. Let me end the live. Hold on.